Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about the minimum equipment required to start a fairly decent home gym. I'm going to make some suggestions, and I want you guys to drop your comments down below on specific equipment or brands of equipment and other things you feel people should consider adding to their home gym. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. And if you need a Massive Iron t-shirt, they are available at superlivingtoday.com or diet nutrition coaching or hands-on coaching as far as your training. You can check that out again at superlivingtoday.com. That is linked down below. All right, so home gym. I get this question quite a bit, and I'll share my experiences, and I want you guys to share yours. What is the minimum equipment you should consider for a home gym? Now, before I get into that, I will say if you are a lifelong lifter, someone that is going to be lifting for a very long period of time, you enjoy it, you're not going to stop, a home gym is a very good investment. The initial cost that you outlay is going to be worth it because in the long run it'll be equal to or less than the cost of a gym membership, plus you don't have all the headaches of a gym membership. You can just go down your basement, your garage, or whatever. So, my home gym equipment, I had a home gym for quite a long time. It was very durable, and I beat the living crap out of it, as you can see by some of my old videos. So even what we would consider a mediocre brand is going to hold up fairly well. Now, the minimum equipment you need is some sort of a squat rack. And when I say that, you need a squat rack that can hold, 400, 450 pounds easily, depending on how strong you're going to get. And a squat rack that has a flexibility and pin settings so you can bench in there as well. I always benched in my squat rack. It was very safe, and if I failed a rep, it would just drop to the pin, which I set at about chin level, so I could get out of there and not die in case something went wrong. So, you need a good squat rack that you can bench in, and you need a good bench. Now, when it comes to benches, here's kind of the problem. I ended up buying two, but you only need one. I bought two because I bought a flat bench that didn't wobble, and I bought an adjustable bench so I could do overhead presses. If you want to do overhead presses, just standing presses or whatever without an incline bench, that's fine. You don't need one. You can do standing presses. The problem I ran into in my home gym was the ceiling was very short, so I needed to do pressing or overhead pressing from a seated position, and I just preferred having the back support. Excuse me. Now, if you just want to get one bench and you want to get one that's adjustable that comes all the way up, know that when you're doing your regular bench press, it's probably going to wobble a little bit, and that's not always going to feel great. And plus, you're going to have that split in the seat where your butt goes, and that doesn't always feel great on my lower back for whatever reason. So at minimum, you need a bench. If you have low ceilings, you probably need two benches, a completely flat bench, and then one adjustable for some form of overhead pressing. Now, beyond that, you need a good barbell, one that is not going to bend under the weight of 400, 500 pounds. You can get one barbell if you want for squatting, benching, and deadlifting. And over time, when you become rich and famous and you accrue all that extra fat stacks, you can get a deadlift-specific bar that is really nice to have, but that is not a requirement. You can get away with one barbell for all the lifts. Just make sure it's a quality one and not a cheap one. Quality ones really aren't that super expensive. You probably don't need a 1,000-pound rated bar, but if you're deadlifting more than 500 pounds, it's probably a good idea so you do not bend your bar. Now, beyond that, you might need a few mats for your gym floor so you can deadlift on, or your garage floor, whatever it is, because you don't want to be beating up and cracking the floor with all your physical prowess, your inhuman physical strength. And you can get horse mats at like a horse and tack shop in Wisconsin or Minnesota. We have Fleet Farm or Farm and Fleet, and you can get horse mats which are pretty cheap. And you can also get gym mats pretty cheap off Amazon.com or a billion other places. That, I would say, is a requirement. I've tried having the squat rack on just the floor of the of my basement, and it would kind of move a lot. So the mats will help prevent that. Beyond that, you're going to need 2 sets of flex or spin lock dumbbell handles. Spin lock dumbbell handles, if you don't know what they are, have the collars that spin and lock. Hence, they're called spin lock dumbbell collars. You can get a smaller pair at Walmart, a small cheap pair at Walmart, and I recommend doing that, or any local sporting goods store that carries them, because you need 1 cheap pair and you need 1 good pair. And here's why you need 2 pairs of spin lock dumbbell handles. Because when you have to switch exercises, it's a real pain in the butt to switch from an exercise with a lot of plates on both ends, like dumbbell bench press and dumbbell rows, to something like rear delt flies or side laterals, because you're going from 5, 6, 7 plates on a side to 1 plus change on a side, and it just takes forever, and it's really a royal pain in the butt. So I like having 2 sets of spin locks, one that's a regular size handle and inexpensive because they're not going to take a beating and they don't need to be fancy, and a longer one that is 18 to even up to 24 inches if you plan on rowing, doing dumbbell rows over 200 pounds. Now, where can you get 18 to 24 inch spin locks? I found mine on eBay, but I'm sure, I think I've also seen them, I'm pretty sure I've also seen them on Amazon as well. Just Google them, you'll be able to find them. And along with that, you're going to need plates. You're going to need at least a minimum of like a 300-pound set of Olympic plates, and you're going to need at least 200 pounds of standard plates. Plates are really easy to find. Standard plates are pretty similar in size, so you don't have to worry about differences. When it comes to Olympic plates, you can kind of put them together piece by piece and finding deals on Craigslist and whatever. But the problem with a lot of Olympic plates is they tend to be different sizes. I kind of pieced my set together over time, and I had about 700 pounds of plates in my home gym, and nearly every Olympic plate was a different size. So just keep your eye on that and be aware of that. So that's about it. That's all I recommend for minimum home gym. If you guys have any ideas of brands or deals or whatever of equipment, drop that down below. Help each other out. And if you have any suggestions that people should get for their home gym, or if I missed something, drop that down below as well. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. Sorry, if you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching, and
stay super sexy, especially for Monday.
Yes, we're a little sleepy, and we need you to be extra, extra sexy today.
I'll have more coffee.